Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall, powered by the Difference Media LLC, and hosted by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader, and also sponsored by Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Josh and Kristen Small with WeatherTech General Contractors, Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Rockwall starts now.
Well, hello. Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall. We are a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I'm your host, Tammy Escobedo, proud business coach and beauty industry leader. Today, we have something special for you. We have our Thanksgiving special, and I want you to get to meet all of our co-hosts for all of our shows. We have 3 shows a month. And I want you to meet some of my favorite people in the Community Difference. So let's get started. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press. Welcome, Frank.
Hey, happy Friday, Tammy.
I'm so glad you're here. And next we have Clarence Jorif. And in those of you who know him the best, call him CJ. So CJ, we're glad you're here. Welcome.
Good to see everybody.
I know you're laughing every time I say that.
It's okay.
Okay, good. Kim Johnson. We love Kim Johnson with the Kim Johnson Group and Kim Sells Tickets. Kim Sells Texas. Say that 10 times fast. Kim Sells Texas. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you.
Awesome. And
too.
Yes. And our next co-host, Scott Dodson. Scott, welcome. We are so glad you are here with Compression Works.
Thank you. Very glad to be here, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Well, I just thought we could take some time today and just talk about the things that we are thankful for. We all have play different roles in the community, and we have some questions for each of you. Well, we're just going to have a good time. So we're going to have questions. I want to hear from all of you. How does that sound fun?
Absolutely, Tammy.
Bring it.
I know. So let me ask you this. Let's just start here. What is your favorite Thanksgiving tradition, and how has it changed over the years? Who wants to start? CJ, you want to start?
Okay, thanks a lot. Food. The food frenzy that takes place. Growing up in New York City, I grew up in a middle-class household. No, I figured I'd throw that one in to get everybody going. No, my fond memories of Thanksgiving was Mom making Thanksgiving dinner. And the house was small. We lived in a suburb of Queens, a suburb of New York. And the smells just radiated throughout the whole house. And it was like, oh. So now that I'm a dad, Mom has handed those duties off to my oldest, Maya, and nothing skipped a beat. Nothing skips a beat. There's food for days. Normally we eat about noon and food coma kicks in, so about 2-3 o'clock, don't call my house because I'm worthless.
That's awesome, because we do the same thing. We eat at 1, and our tradition is eat at 1, and then we all kind of go lay down, food coma like you were talking about, and then at 3 we watch the Cowboy game, and then at halftime we all get up and have second plates and dessert. That's kind of what we do. So I told my family this week, well, I guess on Thursday we're going to watch the Cowboys lose this week.
Yeah. I'm preparing for it.
Kind of a tradition for us too. All right, Scott, tell us, what's a favorite tradition?
Oh, listen, I grew up on a farming community in southern Indiana, and our nearest neighbors were our cousins, and we lived so rural that we were separated by fields. So we used to say, listen, I got a cousin that's 2 fields over this way, and my grandfather was 2 fields back, this way, etc. So we had a pretty big extended family that lived in the area, and when we got together, I know those of us that grew up in my genre understand this. The clothes that you went to the house with weren't the clothes that you played in. You had to have permission to change into your play clothes to go out and have the obligatory Thanksgiving Day football game out in the fields to avoid the cow patties and everything else that were sort of out there at the time. So being able to change into the play clothes and go out and play football and come in and eat while all the adults were discussing politics and arguing and being loud around the table was just terrific. And we too passed out from that tryptophan coma, that ingredient that's in turkey that causes you to sleep.
Yes.
Up and be able to watch the football game in the afternoon. So that was just wonderful memories. I got to tell you though, there's no more football being played because I'm just too old to move around. I don't mind watching it, but getting out and playing it, those are just days gone by.
That's awesome. That's okay. Here's Scott. So were you in the family that had the bell and that they started ringing the bell when it was time to come in so that everybody came from the fields?
Well, listen, we had the bell on the post that my mom would move the ringer back and forth and call
Nice.
the fields. Absolutely. For those of you that have seen the Amish movies where they call the Amish in from the fields,
Yes,
it's like that in Evansville, Indiana.
I love it. That's so good. I love that tradition. That's so good. All right, Frank.
Ours has kind of changed over the last little bit. We used to go for 20 years. We went to South Louisiana to my wife's family with over 100 people, probably, her family. But since COVID, we've been doing it at our house, and we have my in-laws over. My mom comes up from about 100 miles away. And we do everything. My brother-in-law cooks the turkey outside and smokes cigars while the turkey's cooking.
That's awesome.
Like not traveling.
You're not going to travel anymore, huh?
This is a good way to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kim, what's your favorite tradition?
I have 2 things. The first thing, it's my birthday, so I get to be spoiled on that day. So it's kind of like the Kim Festival. I get my very favorite, my mom will make from scratch, my very favorite cake, which is an Italian cream cake, and she makes it literally from scratch. So I know I'm going to get that one time a year. And then I overdose on it. And then, of course, we watch the Dallas Cowboys, no matter how bad or how good they are. It's still a tradition. So everybody fighting in front of the TV and in a food coma is our tradition.
That's so good. The food coma. I think we all go to the food coma. I think everybody mentions that.
Yeah.
So what is the most memorable Thanksgiving that you've ever had, and what made it special or unique? I'm gonna let you start, Kim.
Well, okay. So I think my most memorable one was my deceased husband thought it would be funny to aggravate everyone to come in with a full, just to aggravate everyone and just be impromptu. And he had his underwear pulled up into a G-string, wearing army gear, an army hat and a gun, and marching through the house. And it was embarrassing. We do have photos. And I think that was the most memorable because we had been married about 10 years and he decided to do that one. Thanks. Might not be appropriate for the show, but hey, I'm going to tell you that was the most memorable.
That was
Wow.
CJ.
Yeah. And it was old white Fruit of the Looms too.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, CJ. Can you beat
can't
that
trust
one?
those army guys, man. Those darn army guys. They're always, something. No. Anyway, moving on. So, Kim, when's your birthday? The date?
Oh, my birthday is November 21st, but in
Oh, okay.
1969, count it back. So
Okay. No, I ain't doing that.
I kind of get thrown. My birthday kind of gets thrown into hunting season, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and everybody's like, "Hey, here you go, Kim. Whoo! Happy birthday, bye!" And everybody's.
The reason I ask is my oldest big baby girl, Maya. Her birthday's the 26th.
Oh,
so
same thing.
In 2001, the 26th was the day after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So she was given a warning in the womb: do not mess with my Thanksgiving dinner or my football game. So she's being the child that she is. Yes, Dad. She waited to come the next day. So
she was
that's my most favorable, memorable Thanksgiving memory.
That's awesome. So good. All right, Frank, what's your favorite memory?
I wouldn't say it's a favorite memory, but I think it was 1997. I took my nephew out to the old Cowboy Stadium in Irving, watched Randy Moss in his rookie year light the Dallas Cowboys, just blew them out.
That's awesome. You're cutting out a little bit, Frank.
Well, I'm on my phone, so.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was that bootleg internet again, Frank. I'm sorry.
I thought you were scared about the underwear story. That's all.
I have to shut my office door, and that limits my Wi-Fi because there are machines running out there, and you can't hear me, or you can't hear me.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, Lyndon says that Tammy, that's me, Tammy, Kim, and Lyndon's birthday are all in November. Do any of the rest of you have a birthday in November?
Mine is too.
When's yours, Frank? Oh, yeah.
19th.
The 19th.
Yeah, his. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun.
Scorpios?
Woo.
I'm Sagittarius or Scorpio. It depends on which magazine you look at. I'm right on the.
Right on
the.
I'm not. I am a Scorpio. So listen. Yeah, I know.
I liked you, Kim. We're doing real good up until that point.
Yeah. Hey, you're hiding from everything from me today, between underwear and signs. I have to get you, Clarence.
My dad was a Scorpio, and he stung hard. So
yeah.
I'm a product of that sting. So here you go.
I raised 4 boys by myself. I got a whip too.
There you go.
Lyndon's birthday is on the 29th. All right, Scott, tell us what is your most memorable Thanksgiving, whether it's special or unique. What is it?
So I had just moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Gosh, this was back in the 90s, I guess, and the whole family thought it would be a great idea to come to visit the one that left southern Indiana. Everybody came in, no problem, and then we had a huge blizzard that came through, and over the course of 48 hours, dumped over 3 foot of snow, and everybody was snowed in, and we had to get out and borrow neighbors' shovels to dig people out and what have you, and we got a taste of Thanksgiving, cabin fever, and cardiovascular exercise all in the same couple of days. So nobody ran through our house with tidy whities pulled up, Kim. So you may have us all on that one.
Well, you're going to always be known as the one who had a very special Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Kim, I'm not sure that I can ever get rid of that image. So thank you.
We're not for sure if Lyndon's going to cut this from the show either.
Right.
So I'll share my most memorable. Hasn't happened yet. I'm going to start with a serious comment, but move to something funny. But in 2016, so it's been 8 years ago, my mom passed away, went to heaven on a Friday before Thanksgiving on Thursday. So my mom went to heaven on a Friday. My son's birthday was on Sunday. We had her service on a Monday. My birthday was on Tuesday, and then Thanksgiving was on Thursday. And so for the last 8 years, it's been kind of crazy. I haven't really been able to wrap my brain around what does my Thanksgiving look like, yet we still continue to do all the same things. Right. But this year, I have all of my grandbabies. I have 4 grandbabies. I have all of my grandbabies, both of my sons, and their families, and everybody's going to be together for the first time in, I can't even remember, on next Thursday. So I'm really excited about that. So that's going to be my most memorable.
That is fantastic.
Yes. So I'm really excited. All right, let's move to the next question. Are you ready?
Yep.
Do you have a go-to dish that's your favorite? Do you have a go-to dish that you always make or look forward to eating? And is there a story behind it? Oh, come on, Scott. I see you smiling.
Oh, listen, there absolutely is. I think let's pick this back up after our break, then, Tammy. Okay.
Yep.
You're awesome. Yep. Be right back. Stay tuned.
See you in a
The
moment.
Community Difference Rockwall is made possible by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader, Josh and Kristen Small with WeatherTech General Contractors, Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting, Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. The Community Difference Rockwall. Together, we can make the difference. And now,
There we go, Scott. We're gonna continue right where we left off.
Not a problem. So, in my family, growing up kind of in the Mid-South, and we were right on the Ohio River in southern Indiana, you had a lot of local dishes that we kind of did. And corn casserole was sort of one of the things that we always had. And everybody kind of does it a little different. I see here in Texas, people put jalapenos in them and green chilies and things like that. And those are all good. But ours is more traditional. And, that's something that I not only look forward to, but that was my go-to dish when we went to people's houses for a Friendsgiving or things like that. And for probably about 20 years, I called my sister-in-law the night before I had to make it, and I just couldn't seem to get all the ingredients down. And she just knew when that call came into the house and it was for me that I was going to be after her corn casserole recipe. So, unfortunately, when she passed, I had to kind of commit it to memory and write it down and do all those things you have to do to keep it current. But it's funny that my kids now are bringing that as their dish when they go to meet their friends and what have you as well.
Isn't that fun to watch that?
Yeah.
I love that. All right, who's next? Frank, what's your favorite dish that you always look forward to? And do you make it?
I don't make it. I
Surprise!
don't turkey on Thanksgiving, but my mom's cornbread dressing, which my
Frank, we're having trouble with your sound. I'm so sorry. We couldn't hear you on that. We're gonna go on over to CJ. We'll get right back to you.
All right.
Food.
What's your favorite recipe? And do you make it or do you make somebody else make it?
No. I've graduated to the point now where I'm the king of the castle. I sit there and wait to be served. We got Mama. We got the 3 girls. No. Who's the one that puts in and goes out there and slays the bears every day and then comes home?
No. You are one of those, CJ.
And that's not misogynist. No, it's not. I work hard. I sit back and I play hard. But I do love my cranberry sauce, though. For sure. That and my turkey, I'm good.
That's you're so crazy. I'll remember that on Thanksgiving. I have to say that the men in my household always are helping me. I'm married to a fireman, and he cooks, he cleans, he does all the things. But my favorite meal is the spinach artichoke dip.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a secret to it, though. You have to put it in the bread bowl. It has to be in the bread bowl, and we don't eat it. We fix it in the morning. We don't eat it till halftime at the football game because it absorbs all the good juices, and then the bread tastes so good. So that's my favorite. I don't like to make it. I do a lot of cooking. That particular dish I don't make, but my niece, my brother's daughter, has learned how to make that dish, and she makes it for us every year. So I'm real excited to have that on Thursday.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
All right, Frank, we gonna go back to you.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can now. Yes.
Okay. My favorite is my mom's cornbread dressing recipe, and
Mhm.
makes it now, and it is fantastic. It was my grandmother's recipe, and I look forward to it because it's a once a year deal. It's tough to make.
That's good. Oh, nothing like grandma's cornbread dressing. All right, Kim, what's your favorite food? Do you make it? What do you look forward to eating?
You guys are going to be super surprised, but I don't cook at all. I don't know how to cook. I'm going to give you a little secret. The whole world's about to find out. I go up to Honey Baked Ham and I buy something. I put it in my dish and I heat it up, and everybody thinks I made it. So now
they'll know now that's not true after they watch this show.
I have so many talents, and cooking is not one. I like to eat, but cooking is not one.
So what's your favorite food you eat on Thanksgiving, and who makes it for you?
It would be my grandmother. She's recently passed, and she had the best cornbread dressing. But I asked her one day, I said, one day you're not going to be here. Tell us how to make it. And she said, I can't tell you how to make it because it's a little bit of everything. And I said, but what do we do when you're gone? She goes, I guess you're just going to appreciate it while you're here. And so we have no idea it's duplicated.
Oh, that's funny. Well,
it's delicious.
I'll give you some of my recipe. I'll give you my recipe because my people love my dressing that I make.
I got caught boiling Kool-Aid. My kids won't even let me cook anymore.
Well, it sounds like Frank's got a good cornbread dressing recipe as well.
We're going to Frank's.
You can come to my house, Kim. I have great stuff.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Frank's and party with 100 Cajuns in Louisiana.
That's awesome. All right, Scott, I'm gonna start with you on the next one. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
If you could invite 3 people, living or from history, to your Thanksgiving dinner, who are you inviting and why?
Oh my goodness gracious! So 3 people. I got to tell you, we've had some loss in our family, and it would be my dad, my brother, and his wife, and to share Thanksgiving again with them, and for them to be a physical part of our family, even for that day, would be just an absolute dream.
Oh, that's so good. I like that.
That was so sweet.
When I was going through the questions, I was thinking the same thing about my mom, and I thought we probably all have a story like that. I'd give anything to have my mama here one more Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Isn't that weird?
That's absolutely right. And
yeah,
there's no disrespect to Jesus or any other figure or anything else, but family's also sacred. And boy, what we wouldn't give to have just a few more precious moments with those that we love, right?
Right. I agree 100%. All right, CJ, who would you have at the meal with you?
I'm right there with Scott. It's like, so I've been banging my head going, who would I want it to be? Okay, so taking a playbook from Scott then. It'll be mom, it'll be dad, and I think it'll be pretty cool to hang out with some pilgrims because the first Thanksgiving had to have been awesome. You had Indians there, you had natives, and it's like, okay, who did you send the guest list out? Who did you tell to bring what and when?
Yeah, and it worked out. Perfect.
Worked out very well. Look where we're at nowadays.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Frank, what about you?
That's a tough question, but I'd probably say Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, and Donald Trump.
That would be a supercharged conversation right there.
I want to come to that one.
Thanksgiving.
No. What do all 3 of them have in common? 2 of them got assassinated, and the 3rd was a near assassination. No.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey, there's some positive in that.
True. There's a lot of positive in the 3rd one.
Seems to be blessed for on that one.
Oh, guaranteed.
Wow. I want to go to that Thanksgiving, Frank. Can I come to that one with you? I'm coming. All right, Kim, who are you inviting?
Okay, well, you know me, I'm always against the grain here. So my first person would be Maya Angelou. My second person would be Robin Williams. And my third person would be Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, look at you.
Right.
Now, so there you go, guys. That's
Okay,
what
so Lucy, you have some splaining to do. Tell us why Robin Williams.
Oh my gosh, because is anybody on? I feel like sometimes I can channel him from Mork and Mindy all the way to Miss Doubtfire. I'm telling you, I love the way he can just adapt to any environment and just make you laugh and just go on and on and on. And just to be in his mind for a day, and just it would probably just be like being at Disneyland. So I just think he's super talented, incredibly funny, and I would just love to pick his brain and just sit back and laugh. I think it would be incredible.
You know, if there is anybody that could fight through the tryptophan coma, it's Robin Williams. And I think he would have people on the edge of their seat. And I would love him calling out and making fun of everybody too. That would be a good time.
I would love it. I totally. I have a few family members I'd like for him to do that with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. I think when I was reading through the questions, I thought my first one obviously was my mom, and I thought, nah. And then, but then I thought, so what about Mary Kay Ash? Mary Kay Ash was an iconic, like she was a woman she was so well known in a time when women didn't do big things, and her favorite holiday was Thanksgiving. And she always said that you should always pretend everybody has a sign around your neck that says make you feel important. And I feel like all of us on this screen do that. All of us try to make, every time I've seen any of you in person, you've always made me feel important. And I feel like that's what Thanksgiving is really about, is really just loving on people. And I would love to sit and visit with her. Why was Thanksgiving her favorite holiday? What was it about it? And what she loved was having the people around the table and sharing stories. She was all about loving each other and being in the moment. She talked about the kitchen table all the time. So that would be mine. Lyndon Wilson says, Lyndon is the mastermind behind the community difference, for those of you who are watching and don't know. But he said, Tom Homan and Kamala, let's hear... Linda, do you want me to read that? Let's hear border stories before the football game.
It'd be like the traditional dysfunctional family Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Well, to have a border story, you would actually have to go to the border, and I'm not sure that one of those people has ever been there.
Well, that's what would be entertaining.
Right.
Oh gosh. So I do have some friends who live at the border who I worked in managed care for 32 years, and I did risk management, and my corporate life was traveling a lot and have a lot of risk management friends, and they are handling the city of McAllen, all of my friends that are down in that area, and it's going to be a challenging Thanksgiving for them. It's been a hard few years for them. So to hear their stories, that would make for interesting conversation at lunch, I would say that. Don't they say not to get together with when your family and have conversations about politics or religion at Thanksgiving?
Well, those people didn't grow up where I grew up, because that's what it all degenerated to. And certain people would get up and leave the kitchen and come back with I'll tell you one thing. And, we all ended up back around the same table, eating and drinking and carrying on. So.
Oh my gosh, that's greatness. All right. Well, I think we're going to go to break. We go into break, and we're going to come back. We got some more questions for you, and I just can't wait to see you back here in just a second.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
We are Cloud Staff, enabling remarkable growth for businesses everywhere with our pioneering enterprise-grade remote work solutions. We are on a mission to help business owners scale while reducing costs by matching you with an amazing staff, mobilizing your team, and helping manage business performance, making us the #1 workplace as remote work gets done. Connect with us to access the world's top talent and discover how we can enable remarkable growth for your business.
And now, back to the show.
Okay, let's talk about unexpected Thanksgiving mishaps that you've ever experienced and how did you handle it? So I'm going to start because I have a funny story. So everybody has that family member, right? That's healthy, loves to run, doesn't eat all the food. Me, on the other hand, my family, we eat all the things. We have all the stuff, and then we want to sleep when we're done. But this aunt, she wants to go walk. She wants to do all the things. So one Thanksgiving, she shows up with hula hoops for all of us. And when we were done eating, she wouldn't let anyone go lay down and made us all go outside and hula hoop for 30 minutes before we could come back in and have anything else to eat. So there you go. That's my mishap. And we didn't do that anymore. That was 1 year. We never did it again. Who wants a hula hoop for Thanksgiving?
I was going to say, where are all those hula hoops?
I like the lemon drops. Put it on your ankle.
Yes, the lemon drops. Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. All right, Frank.
I just hated myself.
Yeah. Frank, what's your a mishap or something that you experienced and how'd you handle it?
Well, there was one Thanksgiving when I was in college and my mom and dad both had the flu and they had people invited over. And my mom bought a prepackaged Thanksgiving dinner with the turkey, the dressing, everything. And I had one responsibility, heating it up. And I did not realize all the giblets, the bag of gravy, everything was stuffed inside of the turkey. So I cooked the whole plastic all inside of the turkey. So it was all got.
I cannot believe it. You cooked all that in the turkey.
Yep. Sure did.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, I've heard of that happening, so I've never known anyone who did it, but now I do.
Oh.
Yep. Not good.
Greatness. All right, CJ, come on.
Oh man, Frank, that's happened before. I call it BHT, before her time. One of the girlfriends tried to impress me, and she made the turkey, and all the fixings are still up inside, and it's like I cut through it, and it's like, why am I showing plastic on the knife?
Right.
Oh no.
But that wasn't it though. When I was had gone through the police academy in Arlington, Virginia, there were all the rookies. So the rookies got together and decided to make Thanksgiving dinner. So one of the guys, Marion Cake, we call him Cupcake. Cupcake pulls out this big spread, and I walk in, and I'm like, "Oh man, you did this?" He's like, "Yeah. You know, I've been working at it since this morning." So when the tryptophan kicked in, I went out to the back side out the house because it was hot inside, and right at the back is where the garbage cans were. I look inside the garbage can, and there's the box from, I don't remember who it came from, but it was one of the local grocery stores. He bought Thanksgiving dinner, and all he had to do was heat it up. So you see, he was taking credit for something that he didn't do.
He knows Kim. He knows Kim.
Never. It was good though, because guess what? It was food.
Yeah,
Didn't care.
Absolutely.
But I never let Cupcake live that down.
Oh my gosh, that's greatness. All right, Scott.
You know, we have the blessing of 6 kids, and when they became adult kids, they thought it would be a great idea for us to start a new Thanksgiving tradition of, well, hey, let's have mimosas and what have you in the in the morning. And I think when you're just becoming an adult and you're used to going out and things like that, that sounds like a really good idea. Except I think after 2 or 3 hours of that, people became really demotivated to do their part of the cooking for that day. So as opposed to eating, Tammy, you said, your people eat at like 1 p.m. or what have you. And I think we were scheduled at 3. We're like 7 or 8 at night and things are still sort of, being cooked and what have you. So, we probably check that off of our list. We no longer have the endless mimosa deal to start Thanksgiving Day.
Oh my gosh. That was definitely a story to remember, right?
You bet.
Yeah, that's so good. All right, Kim, it's your turn.
Okay, here we go. So we have a tradition of, while we have everybody together, let's go ahead and grab a family photo, and just in case people have other things to do at Christmas. And we get together, everybody's ready. We have the old-fashioned camera. And the matriarch of our family, my mother, who swears she's never used the bathroom in her life, we don't know how she survived. She runs to jump in the photo and cuts a Wendy, and it was so loud that everybody almost died. And she swore it was not her, although we know it was her because she was running to jump in the photo, real cute, and just blew a big one. And she went in the bathroom and cried and wouldn't come back out the rest of the holiday, but we never forgot it. And someone was using a VHS, so we also got it on video.
She broke the sound barrier. That's what it was. It wasn't windy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Clarence,
So
I like your
that's
thinking.
mine. And I'm sorry, but if it wasn't appropriate, it's true. So it's real.
She was moving so fast, she broke the sound barrier. No, come on.
It was a
That's
windy,
not right.
and we didn't even know she used the ladies' room. We've never even witnessed it in our life. Mm-hmm. So we got a Wendy on VHS, and the whole family heard it.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that is greatness. Oh goodness. Okay, well, did everybody go? Did everybody answer that? I think we did.
Tammy's like, God, please get me out of here.
I mean, I'm still on the
underwear story
in the picture. I don't even know where to start. That's amazing. All right, let's go to the next question. So, how do you balance celebrating Thanksgiving traditions with creating new ones as your family grows and changes? CJ, you want to start with that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy, Kim. I'm probably gonna be. My girls are terrified to bring somebody home because it's like, you guys.
I can't imagine that, Clarence. There's no way. No way.
Sorry. I'm that guy that I got one peeking through the door at me right now. I'm that guy that this is my family. I will protect them at all costs. Mm-hmm. So that guy that comes in the house for the first time, Dad, I'm gonna come out in my tidy whities. Do I have tiny wordies? No, they're afraid I'm going to come out. Never mind. Anyway, it'll be something inappropriate, and they're all going to melt right in place right there. Memories, I can remember things that my dad did. I can remember things that Dad did when he came over to visit. And we talk about them a lot. So they're actually there with us on Thanksgiving Day. And between that and the football and the food, it's just a happy time overall. So I just want to be that grandfather, put it that way. The baby zone is right here. You give me a baby, a puppy, you put them right here. Next thing you know, it's like they're out. Heart. And yes, I do have a heart, Frank. I do have a heart.
I believe you do. All right, Scott, tell us, how do you balance celebrating Thanksgiving traditions with creating new ones as your family grows?
Sure. I think one of the great things about traditions, Tammy, is sort of opening your house up and your traditions up to those new things that come into your family. And as our kids have brought their significant others back and their spouses back and what have you, kind of asking them to think ahead of time, what are some of the things that they'd like to do and to bring to our household that they did growing up, seems to really kind of knock down some of those barriers and some of that early uncomfortableness that, kind of happens. So we've been open to doing that, and we do it for all of the holidays, and it becomes something that they left from their household and brought to ours, and we're happy to kind of welcome that in. So it's really produced some fun things like Christmas Eve game night for prizes and all types of things that we didn't do before, but now we do differently because of those new people that are now our family that have come in and joined us officially.
Yeah. Aw, that's awesome. I'm having a lot of that changing going on too with the two boys and their families, and it's fun coming up with new things, but it's hard. I never thought of all the traditions. We always had the traditions. Right. And so now my mom's gone to heaven, and now I feel a little bit responsible, and it's a little overwhelming.
It is. It is overwhelming to carry that torch, but we found a lot of willing participants. All you have to do is ask, what types of things would you all like to do, et cetera. And, you got to have an answer. You can't sit on your hands or your tongue. You gotta come up with something.
Yeah. I will tell you, there will not be hula hoops involved.
That's terrific.
We're not doing that. All right, Frank, you tell me.
Well, really, ours haven't changed that much over the last few years. But 2 weeks ago, my son got engaged. So in the near future, I'm sure everything's going to change quite a bit.
Yeah.
And her relatives are already talking about having Thanksgiving at our house. So hopefully we just have more people.
That's awesome. I do Thanksgiving in my house. Took that over from my mama a few years before she went to heaven. So the family comes here. It's always been fun. So I'm right with you. Do it at the house. All right, Kim, now you. How do you balance celebrating Thanksgiving traditions with creating new ones?
You say that like we need to put a disclaimer on there, like Kim's about to speak, everyone. Cover your ears.
G-rated.
Mine's actually really easy. As a widowed single mom raising 4 boys alone and adapting to different circumstances and environments, and having a family that, I don't know, divorce, a lot of divorces, a lot of deaths, whatever. We just adapt, love, embrace, cherish the Thanksgiving that they can come, and just prepare for the next one. If they can't come for Thanksgiving, maybe they can come for Christmas. So really, it's just about adapting, because everybody has their own things that they need to do. And if you just love them when they're there and make the best memory while they're there, and then see them at the next one. Not everybody can come. Not everybody can do everything. Life is hard. So we just, no shame in the game. If you can't come, no big deal. We'll see you at Thanksgiving next year, or we'll see you at Christmas. It's not a big deal. And that's honestly really what we do. So try not to shame, and just try to love them when they're there.
I love that. So, I missed a lot of Thanksgivings with my kids. My oldest son, for sure. He was in the Army for, 5 years. And then he was in Iraq for 13 months, and then has now been out of the service for 4 years. And so we missed a lot of Thanksgivings with him for a lot of reasons. And so now what I've loved to do is let everybody know, if you are a veteran and you don't have anywhere to go, come to my house. And so we have hosted, I don't know, 2 or 3 each year, 2 or 3 veterans in the house because they didn't have anywhere to go. And of course, we know people because of my son having friends in the area. So I think that's always a fun one. That's always a fun thing to do, is have people in who don't have a place to go. Anybody do that?
No.
That's a great idea, though. That's a terrific idea.
No.
Kim said no real fast. No.
No, we're a hot mess express. We don't need. No. No. We'll keep our crazy in the house.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a 5 break.
You're welcome to come up.
I suspect that Kim is always welcoming everybody.
Welcome over to Kim's house.
Y'all, we're gonna take one final break, and then we're gonna come back with one more question, and we're gonna wrap it up. So stay tuned.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
So let's wrap it up with, what is one thing that you are especially grateful for this year, and how has it impacted your life or your perspective? And I'm going to start with, I have so many things to be grateful for this year, but I'm going to start with, I'm going to say I'm grateful for everyone I'm seeing on this screen, for Scott, for Frank, for Kim, for CJ, for Lyndon, who's behind the scenes, just for the Community Difference family and what you have all meant to me. So I'm grateful for you, and this is super fun. So thank you for being here with us for our Thanksgiving special. Now I'm going to go to Scott, because I know Scott has many things to be grateful for.
I certainly do. From new family this year with our first grandchild and Clarence. You're right, that baby's head goes right there and your hand goes on that butt. I'm a champion butt patter. And absolutely love being Poppy. I just do. But mine's kind of bundled, Tammy, right? And my bundle starts with God's unending love, and then family, friends, and freedom. So
nice.
all of those things wrapped together and interconnect in my life, and I'm so thankful and grateful for all of those.
That's awesome. I love hearing from you, Scott. All right, Frank, what are you thankful for? What are your... I know you have many as well.
Yeah, I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful that I own a small business here in Rockwall, which is very business friendly.
Yes.
And thankful for my employees, all of our friends and customers.
That's awesome. Good job, Frank. What about you, CJ?
Too many things to mention, but having worn a uniform and been able to serve this country means so much to me. Not just because I'm here, but because of all we do. To strike a patriotic tone, I know that good times are here again. We'll get a chance to rebuild. We'll get a chance to fix things that were broken. We'll get a chance to make our country our own again and look towards the future, a positive future.
Yes.
I'm so blessed to serve in all facets, even the city and the citizens of Rockwall as Mayor Pro Tem. I look forward to 2025 because it'll be a start of a new beginning here in not so much a new beginning, but let's kick it off and let's do it right. And once again, I love all of y'all. Kim, we gotta hang out. You, See, I brought a smile to her face. Scott, I love you. Frank, I'm working on mine, but I can't get it there, man. I can't get it there. And of course, Tammy, I sent you a heart before when we were talking things through. This is a very, very good opportunity for all of us to share what we have with everyone else and make this the best show ever.
Yes, that's awesome. I'm so grateful for you, CJ, for so many different reasons, but thank you for that. All right, Kim, let's hear from you. What are you grateful for?
Well, we have to pick one. I have so many things that I'm grateful for, but my one thing that I'm going to be grateful for this year, because it's a first, I put all my kids through college. I raised them all. My youngest is 21. My oldest just turned 39. And for the very first time, I am grateful that they planned me a birthday dinner for tomorrow night, all by themselves. My granddaughter, my daughter-in-laws, and my kids. I am so excited. I don't know where they're going to take me. They might be taking me. They always threaten to take me to the Senior Citizen Center on Buckman Boulevard. And they said they're going to stand on my oxygen tube. This might be the night. I don't know. I'm not here next week. But they always tell me, Mom, one more word and we're going to stand on that oxygen tube.
Kim, normally it takes a while before they threaten to put you into a home. If they take you there while you've got all your faculties, you can start worrying, girl.
I'm going to call y'all because somebody
call me. I got you. Call me.
I'll come get you. But they planned me a birthday party, and I'm so excited. So it's just the kids, my daughter-in-laws, and just an intimate little family thing. But they planned it on their own. I usually have to plan my own party, and so I'm just super excited. So I'm grateful for that. They have finally elevated. My job is done. I can pass the baton. They grew up.
Well, Kim, that makes me think about legacy. Like, I don't want to take it serious because I love to have fun. So you can joke around and kid, but that's the legacy that you're leaving. That's the legacy that you have built. And now it's their turn to plan something special for you. That's awesome.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited. And they won't tell me what's happening. So I don't know. I'm just going to try to dress cute and run out there and see what happens. Hopefully they don't stick me in a trunk of a car and drag me around and scare me all night. I'll let y'all know in the next show if you want to hear about it.
Keep your phone in your pocket with the locator. We can find you.
Put an air tag on me, somebody.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. I know it's probably going to be something wonderful. So I'm just giving them a hard time.
So that's so good. Let's wrap it up with, so all the things that we're grateful for, how has that impacted your life and your perspective on moving forward and where you are today?
Are you asking
Scott?
me?
Yeah, anybody. Go ahead, Kim, if you want.
For me, I will honestly tell you that whenever I found out they were planning this secret thing, it let me know that through the times where we didn't have any money, I barely could pay the mortgage. I couldn't pay the electric bill. I couldn't even feed them. I picked the mold out of the bread and toasted it and put a little cinnamon and sugar on and told them it was a Swiss cinnamon toast. And I somehow put them through college and built myself into my career that I have now, and opening up my own brokerage with Remax, through Remax Four Corners and Remax Mark. What it tells me is that I did my job, and isn't that all what we're here to do? You love your family, you raise your babies, and you just hope that they carry on when we're gone. And so I'm just going to be grateful for the time I have here.
Oh, so good. That's so good. All right, CJ. You're going to share with us what are you what the things that you are grateful for? How has that impacted your life and your perspective?
It goes back to mom and dad. Mom and dad gave me to all of you, and what they instilled in me from the very, very beginning is service above self. And my life has been a life of service in many, many facets. I'm just glad for the opportunity to continue to serve. I'm glad to have good people around me that build me up, call me out. You need to do this. You need to do that. Have you thought about this? Accepting that that drive, it just makes me happy. It just makes me happy. So I like spreading the happiness with everyone that I meet. And it's all about us being better, doing better. And Rockwall is the best.
Yes, it is the best. That's so good. Thank you for that. Frank, what about you? How has the things you are grateful for impacted your life or your perspective?
Well, that's a tough question, but I'm grateful for my first.
Yeah, we're having trouble with your sound again, Frank. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but it's choppy. Let's go to Scott.
Sure. Tammy, I think mine really centers around my answer from the last question on family, friends, and freedom. And one of the things that's sort of given me the perspective to look at now is to be in the moment when you have that blessing to have people around you, and get off of your phone and get off of social media and have real conversations with people and ask them about their lives and get involved in their lives. Because as we all have seen, it just goes by so quickly. And, as they say on your deathbed, it's, boy, you never wonder what, next report you could have written or what you could have done differently. But the time that you could have spent with people that love you and that know you and that you care for as well. And I think Thanksgiving for me is a time to really take an accounting of that with those that are here and to call those that aren't able to be with us face to face and to share that love with them.
Yeah, that's so good, Scott. Thank you for that. All right, well, we are going to wrap this up today. And, one thing that my family has always done, and that is sit around the kitchen table. And when we get together and there's, 15 of us around the table, we always like to go around and share something that you're grateful for. So be blessed this week. Find the blessing in everything that you do. And when you're with your family or even if you're alone, some people are alone, come to my house if you want. But if you're alone, just remember and tell people what you're thankful for. It'll make for a great holiday. And there's blessings all around us. We just have to be willing to look for them and find them. So y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And thank you all for being on today. And for those that have watched, thank you for being here. Talk to y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Rockwall is made possible by Tammy Escobedo, a beauty industry leader. Josh and Kristen Small with WeatherTech General Contractors. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall. Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting. Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada. Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group. And by Scott Dodson with Compression Works. the Community Difference Rockwall. Together, we can make the difference.